Hey there, it's Stephanie from SixFiguresUnder.com. Since 2013, I've been making my family's personal finances public over on my blog. Now, I did this because my husband and I had made this big goal to pay off 6 figures of student loan debt as fast as we could. We thought that by sharing our income and our expenses and how much we put toward our debt each month would motivate us to keep going and would hold us accountable to our goal. And it did just that. In 3 years, we had paid off $144,000 of student loan debt. Even though we are done paying that off, I've still kept on sharing our income and expenses and how much we put towards savings goals each month. And it has still held us accountable and kept us motivated. And I know that it inspires and helps my blog readers to see how to budget and to get a look inside someone else's budget, because that's not something that you usually talk about with your friends. Money's kind of a taboo subject, even though I don't think it should be. So if you go on SixFiguresUnder.com and click on finances and go down to personal finance made public, you can get all of our income and expense, our budget reports for the last 4.5 years. But I thought that since I'm starting to do video now, that in addition to having the whole report on my blog, that I would do a video and take you inside our budget and show you right on the computer how it all looks and where the money comes from and where it goes, and so you can see how our budget works. So let's head on over to the computer and I will show you all of our numbers.
Welcome to our family budget. Let me give you a quick overview in case you're not familiar with the YNAB interface. So we live on last month's income. So everything we earn in December, we save until January. So at the beginning of January, this number right here shows all the income we have available to budget. Now we take that income and put it in all of these different categories. Some of them we know exactly how much we're going to need, like our mortgage. Other categories, like groceries or fuel, those are variable. Like we might put $400 in here, and then if we only use $351.37, then the extra is over here. I like to zero out these categories at the end of the month, so this extra $49 that was here, I put toward our goals. You could carry it over to the next month, which I do sometimes, but just generally, so that these numbers make sense, this first column is the amount we budgeted. The second column is the outflows, the money that's spent or sometimes gets put in here. Like if we return something or, usually these are our outflows. And then the balance of that category. At the end of the month, most of them equal 0, but some of them we have carrying over, and you'll see that in just a minute. And also, as we're looking at these categories, you can peek over to February. We've already put our budget together for February. We haven't spent that much, but we've put the budgeted amount in there. So the first one's a little bit tricky because in December we wanted to, we paid some of our charitable contributions in December for tax purposes, but I can peek back here to December and you see how these went over, and I carried the negative balance over, knowing that we would be paying tithing is what this is. But I didn't quite guess right. We made a little bit more money than we were expecting, so we did pay a little bit more tithing, but you can see that they zero out here. So that's a little bit funny that it looks like I spent it before I budgeted it. Well, because I did, but since we live on last month's income, I knew that money was there, so we just did that for tax reasons. That one's a little bit weird, but those are our giving categories. Car insurance, it's the same every month. Cell phone, I have a Republic Wireless cell phone, and it's on one of their old older plans. Republic Refund is what it is. It's $17 a month, and then whatever data I don't use, I get refunded each month, and so it's $13 or $14 a month, it turns out for me. Our mortgage is a little bit less than this, but I like nice, flat, even numbers, so we rounded to $2,500 and pay that each month, so it's a little bit over. That includes our homeowners insurance and our property taxes and a little bit of PMI as well. This is our internet expense, our electricity. This is for us, and we also have renters on our property above our garage. A home phone. We have a VoIP phone through Ooma. I'll put the link to these things that I'm mentioning down in the description, so you can check them out if there's something you're interested in. Now our trash gets charged every other month. So it's double this right here. So I just put that in every month, and then the months it's due, it's $64.30, and so it's already in there. Same with the water. It's about $90 a month. So I put $45 in a month, and then it's $90 every other month. So I put $45 in a month, and then this month it happened to be a little bit less, so there's a little bit left over, but I just left that in there because I'm sure maybe in the summer months it'll be a little higher, so we'll just let that float. This is where it gets a little more interesting down in expenses that are different every month. So groceries, at the beginning of the month I think I put $400, but then we ended up not spending all that. This month I did a video both on our beginning of the month shopping trip, our once a month shopping trip, and then the little shopping trips we had throughout the month. So all of those, there are videos, you can see exactly what we bought and spent. My husband commutes 3 days a week. He has an hour plus commute, so that's why the fuel's so high. Clothing, we got a couple of kids' shoes at the thrift store. Now our grocery budget is just for food. So household goods covers everything for the house that isn't food, like trash bags, sandwich bags, toilet paper, soap, shampoo, all of those sorts of things are in household goods. Fun, this was a toll bridge on our way to a free fun event. Animals, we got 3 40-pound bags of chicken feed. No special kids activities this month. Okay, now the periodic expenses, these are our sinking funds. So for car repair, we usually, that's what that amount is our normal, what we would put into it. This month we started out putting $150 in it, but then we had a car issue that we had to get fixed, the water pump in the van, which cost more than that and more than we had saved up. So we used everything we had saved up, which was, $36, because we had another car thing. Car things are kind of our thing. Anyway, so I had to pull money from other places to get this up to $400 so we could cover that this month. And when I say pull things from other places, I mean, like I told you, our groceries, we had $400 in that in the beginning of the month. So I took, about $50 from that and added that to the car repair category, and maybe I had $50 in funds, so I took $45 out of that and added that to the car repair until I got to the amount that I needed in that category. And as you can see, in February we have plans for funding that a little bit more since we're behind. So our insurance covers pretty much everything. This month my oldest needed glasses, and so that's what this is, the copay for that. But $100 a month for that, $30 a month for dental, $40 a month that covers the car registration and smog for our 2 vehicles. we've got one of the registration for the van is due in February, so we'll be using that in February. Birthdays and gifts. This covers gifts for parties we're going to or for our own kids. It's just kind of a loosely defined category. In February, I'm putting some more money because we're going to have a birthday party for my daughter, a friend birthday party, and haven't quite planned it yet, but we threw some extra money in there. We're having a Christmas sinking fund. We put $100 in there. Life insurance, if we put $70 a month in there every month, then when our premiums are due in, I think, November, it will all be there. Let's see. Home projects. We put a lot in this in January. We only spent some. We bought a chainsaw, but we didn't end up finishing or buying the materials for the raised garden beds that we were going to do and some other projects. But we just left that money in there because we'll need it eventually here. Furniture, didn't fund anything there, but have $40 left over from previous months. Okay, now our rainy day funds. We didn't put anything in the emergency fund. Well, we got some interest. We have the kids' 529s pull $100 out each month. It's not much, but it's something. We started that back when we were still paying off debt. We put 25 in each of at the time we just had 4 kids, each of their 529s. Eventually we'll update that. Now, my husband has money that's pulled out of his paycheck to put toward his pension. And even though we don't have control of that money right now, I still record it in here just because it's nice to see the total going up. So when I add our income in the beginning of the month, I add, let's see, here we go. I add in the amount for retirement like it's income and then put it down here like we're budgeting it, spending it. So it never comes out. It's just a way that I'm recording the money that's taken out of my husband's check and it's tracked on his pay stub, but I like to track it in here just to know that it's there. We don't spend from it. One of our big savings goals in 2018 is to fully fund my IRA for 2017. We have till April to do that, and for 2018. So that's $5,500 for 2017, $5,500 for 2018. So we're trying to get this done first before we save for our emergency fund. Our goal for the emergency fund this year is to get it up to $25,000. So that's a total of $11,000 for my IRA and $25,000 for our emergency fund. We have a couple of trips planned this year, nothing big, just some road trips and a family reunion, and we put some money down for one of the places we'll be staying for the family reunion. Now this is where I keep my self-employment taxes that I set aside for quarterly estimated taxes, but this is for the month before, and in December we learned that we had already paid enough taxes, and so I paid myself the whole amount instead of taking a portion out for self-employment taxes. So we actually liquidated everything we had left in self-employment taxes back in December. This is the monthly fee for our tax consulting and preparation. This is our supplemental property tax bill, which we'll just have this month. It's just the extra that's not escrowed with our mortgage. So if we put aside this much each month, we'll have enough for when the bill comes, and then I think after April or something, this will go away.
Well, that was January's personal finance made public and a sneak peek into February. To see the rest of February, subscribe to my channel, click on my face here, and you'll get more videos that will give you frugal inspiration and financial motivation.